phone saying I'm live. But am I really?
Yes, now we're live. I see it.
Yay.
We're live.
We're live and
Hooray.
surprisingly all still sane, I think.
Let me check.
Are we?
Hold on.
Surprise, I
Nope.
was never sick.
Nope, I lost my sanity years ago.
We broadcasting.
Are we live? Are we good?
You know how we do. I just want to listen to some jazzy stuff like you know how we do it. I don't know.
It was a good song. You
Thanks.
should explore that idea.
For sure.
Those 4 seconds.
I'll write that down.
Quick, write it down!
Listen, that's like my whole creative process in a nutshell. If I think of something and I really like it, I go, oh god! I have to like run over to my computer and like put it down in some way, shape, or form, or else it'll just
It's just like, wait,
fly out.
I need to write this. Hold on.
Yeah,
Also
pretty
not-
much. I'm like, wait a minute!
That's how I used to be back in high school. I used to, because I used to love writing stories. I used to write a whole bunch of stories. And I think just one day, creativity just kept hitting me, and I was like, oh, well, I need to start writing now.
That's good. You probably got like folders full, right?
I
kind of
had folders full, and then I started putting them on computer, and now those folders are stashed in a box somewhere in a storage unit somewhere.
Oh.
Okay.
They're all still intact. I think I did actually check on that recently, so they're all still intact.
Nice.
So if my computer ever dies, I have backup.
Oh, that's
There
awesome.
might be something worthwhile keeping in there. Your younger self. How old are you again?
24.
Thunderstar? 24?
Yep.
That's not that
To be
different.
young. Okay.
That's not far away enough to start talking. If he was
I
like,
know.
16, I'd be like,
Then it
yeah.
would be like, okay.
Yeah, weird. There's a disconnect. No,
Yeah.
same age.
That's what. Oh my gosh, thinking about that though. As soon as like you're out of like that college age, everybody in high school looks like babies. They're all like
Yeah,
teeny tiny, and I'm like, oh my god.
yeah. It's weird looking at 12th graders and being like, "Wow, you look." I thought I looked old, like older
Uh-huh.
in 12th grade, but you really just look crazy young still. You're
Oh,
still
yeah.
crazy young. Not even close to old yet.
God, I wish I had that senior, like one of my the senior picture I used back in high school, because I don't look any different. And I've been at high school now for 6 years.
Oh.
So I don't
Dang.
look much
For me,
different.
like, I have changed a decent bit since I got out of high school, but that's also because I used to be like way more active in the sense of like I don't work out 20 hours a week anymore. I can't do it.
Ugh,
It
Oh.
can't happen.
that's a job.
That
You
It is
only
a
ate-
job. And I no longer work that job.
You should have been paid.
God, I want to get into that.
Oh yeah, no, I
Listen,
can. I'm
that pay
willing
to
to.
play. I'm
mean-
mad because I want to know who they're paying. Because the way that like the sport hierarchy always worked out is in high school as it is in college, like the football stars, the soccer stars, sometimes the baseball stars, and like practically nobody else, save for like during Olympic years.
Mhm.
So who's the money going to actually go to if they decide to pass that pay for play?
Yeah, I don't. It's
The football team already gets a bunch of donations and stuff.
yeah, it's tricky, and half the time I've known from people that there's a lot of stuff that goes under the table that they just don't talk about. Like players are getting paid. Some players, I shouldn't say all. Some institutions with some players do actually like
It'd
give
be like
their
per diems.
yeah. I think we talked about that when I was at MomoCon. Like
Yeah.
I knew a kid. I had a good friend of mine have somebody he knew who was on the sports team, and he was eating lunch with him, and he had this card, the athlete, and he swiped his
Yep.
card, and it showed how much money he had on it, and it was like $25K.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, it was like this stupid, ridiculous amount, and
Man, I
and
heckin' wish.
my friend was like, "Wait, is that accurate?" And he's like, "I don't know, but I keep swiping and it keeps working." Those were his words.
That's the best answer.
Yes!
I don't know. If it keeps working, I'll keep using it.
I keep swiping and it keeps working. It's like,
Yeah,
hey.
it keeps working.
let me tell you, someone just told him straight, like, use this for anything. No, it was carte blanche. There was no restrictions. There was
Why?
no rules. It's just,
Wow.
he's
Dude,
an
where I
athlete.
work now, we get a card and you're only supposed to use it for like travel, specifically.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm like. They get, like, do I think, like, the amount of money that, in terms of just football, I'm not even talking about basketball or other sports, but the amount of money that football makes is absurd. College football in particular, we're talking multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's just, I tend to fall on the side of, I do think athletes need to be, at least in that, when there's that much money going around, it just seems a little odd that
Yeah.
that
definitely
when students
does.
aren't being paid. And it's not like, and a lot of times, a lot of people would have the philosophy that you hear is like, well, when you're in college, go get a job to pay for your college,
Yeah.
get a job to pay for your education.
Exactly. And the problem is, like, we don't have time.
Yeah, And if you're in a
It's
sport
just-
of any kind, you're
Yeah.
you're committed to doing well. Even at schools that have teams that aren't like gonna win maybe more than 3 games a year, and that's for football, and then for basketball, maybe 7 games a year, and still got to go out there and put on a show and
Yeah.
play well and play the sport
That's
they love.
the other thing.
They
There's
don't have
such
time.
a high pressure.
Mhm.
There's such a high pressure because of like the media influence of like the sport games and stuff, and because everybody gets so into like the college like games, it becomes more about like the actual entertainment from the game than it does about like the actual college. I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like at some points. It's like,
Oh yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even considering how sports in and of itself is a advertising tool.
Mhm.
You talk about national, that's why, made like really, really prolific schools like Georgia or Auburn, or will pay know nothing schools, and I mean that I use the term know nothing in regards to sporting, how their relevancy in sports, not their
Yeah.
school themselves. They'll pay know nothing schools like $900,000 so they can bring them out and then beat them to a pulp on their home court, for like a homecoming or something like that. But the other school then gets like $900,000, so it's kind of a good trade,
Mhm.
but that stuff's not really talked about. So the actual amount of money that's being made by I don't know how other schools work. I know Auburn separates the prices of the like War Eagle Productions, and Auburn Athletics is a separate money making
know-
entity
yeah, I don't
than
know how
Auburn the
exactly-
university.
I don't know how exactly it gets split.
But I don't know how other schools work. Maybe other schools are a bit more intrinsically tied in their funds, but Auburn's isn't.
I have no idea.
It's still an advertising tool, though. It's
Oh yeah,
still an
absolutely.
advertising
It's
tool. Like
literally
that.
just
That's
like,
exactly.
hey, look what you can do at our school.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Or
and
it's
then,
like, look, do you like our team? You can support the school. You don't even
Yeah.
have to go to the school. You can just support it.
or you're influenced to go to the school because the sports are so prolific, and it's fun to go. And
yeah.
I don't know. I would be very curious to read some scholarly journal that's like 40 pages long on how influential are sports and the relevancy of a school's sporting programs in encouraging students who are not athletics, not in athletics, to
Yeah.
come to that school. That's what I would be very curious to know.
Also contrast that with the prestige of Ivy League schools. They
Yeah.
don't have
Oh,
like,
yeah,
really
that's a
good
good point.
teams, but the thing is, their focus is completely different.
Yeah,
They
they're
focus on
known for their
academics
education.
and arts and like their brains and all of that.
Yeah,
And like
it's,
not only that, their traditions
mhm.
of like the secret societies and stuff.
Ugh, scary.
Yeah, no, it's like it's the thing. It's like you get initiated into these like societies. No one knows what society you're in. No one knows what like other than the other people who are in your society. And then you only know about it like once they're out, like of the alumni who have been in your like society.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really weird.
Were you on? It seems like you know a fair amount about this. What
My
something you wanna tell us?
my younger sister went to an Ivy League school.
Oh,
So that's why I know enough.
did she
about
like it in the long
Oh
run?
no, she loved it. Like, yeah, she absolutely loved it. It was hard.
I hear secret society, and I think like people wearing hoods and owl masks. So like, I don't know. That's
No,
where my
she-
head went.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. But it's like, it's basically it's kind of like a team. It's kind of like it's a found family while you're there.
Okay.
And
I
they
see,
do
I
like
see.
a bunch of different little things, and some of them are a little bit more traditional. Like, I don't know about the robe and like fire enchanting and stuff, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The robe and the fire enchanting. Maybe
Colleges
that's
actually
there.
really do that.
let us pronounce their famous chant. Welcome to our club. Welcome to our club. welcome.
It's like, that's scary.
You see a bunch of people in owl masks and robes doing that. That actually would be kind of terrifying.
Yeah. You want to advertise your school? Just have an ominous commercial come up with that.
Yeah, the
Right,
sorority
yeah.
chants. Have you seen that one video of like the sorority group at a college, and they like open the door and there's like 50
Yes.
girls at the door?
I have, and they all have
Oh.
their hands out. It's
Yeah, they're
very
all like
scary.
chanting in unison. And
It's
you're like,
very scary. I don't know who thought that was
That is-
actually going
that
to bring.
just sounds terrifying.
Well, yeah. Look up like sorority, like gates of hell, because I think that's the joke for it.
I
Oh
might
my
actually-
gosh.
I
It's
might
pretty
actually have to
awful.
look that up.
So what's on the agenda
Well,
today,
what's the game?
Mr. Eric?
all
If there
right.
was one at all.
Well, kind of playing off of the end of our last one back in August, which
Mhm.
I can't believe the last one was back in August.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
It has been.
I can't. Everything's been a blur for me.
That, you know, I
What year is
can
it?
I can actually. I hate waking up and thinking of that sometimes. Wake up from a nap and you're just, what year is it? We all have. Playing off of kind of how the last one ended, because I listened to it recently and was just like, yeah, all right, this is where we're kind of gonna go. We got a lot on the topic of like things that was kind of things of our pasts a little bit.
hmm
And I remember Caleb making the joke of having to dig into mine, and Cami said that she wanted to basically try to open up old scars and was going to physically
sure.
try.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Okay.
So we're gonna continue on that topic
I
of
can't
basically
admit until proven guilty.
what you're already guilty. I have proof.
Crap.
It's on YouTube. It's I don't know if it's on Twitch anymore or not. It's on YouTube. So also, hello everybody in the chat.
Hello.
Everybody.
After that, like cold open.
It is very cold open. You know,
Hello. Hi guys.
Let's
Hello
say we
there.
have-
Hey Gus.
a lot of
Hey Goldfish.
yes,
There are like-
yes, goldfish, detective.
Oh, my
inspector.
chat here.
Defective inspector. Sam Sabotage
Let's
was
go,
here,
hello.
and also thank you, Sam, for subscribing.
Hooray!
He was here, and then I think he left.
Ah.
I'm trying to kind of follow the chat a little bit.
hmm
Usually I have Ian to do that, but Ian couldn't make it. And
Where'd
I
you
wish.
get the Doritos chip, Goldfish? I don't know where you get the Doritos. Maybe I can. Maybe it's somewhere in here.
Doritos are so good.
They are.
Oh wait, it is here. Okay, it's just
Nice.
right there. You don't have to do anything to earn it.
Hooray!
You just get it.
You just have it.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I want.
I tried getting Ian to come on. He might be here later if he's not busy. I don't know if he is or not, but
Okay.
I brought up the fact of, you know, of you guys wanting to open up old scars on my end, and he was like, "Oh, I should totally be there for that." And I said, "No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you gotta be there.
I've known him 11 years."
Well, then he probably knows them.
He probably knows a lot.
No, not 11 years. I've known my buddy Kyle 11 years. I've known Ian for now 8.
That's still a lot of years.
Oh yeah, if I had Kyle here, I'd have to kick him out. There's too many things he knows.
Don't let them in. Don't let them see.
Oh, I know that.
Be a good boy. You always have to be.
I know that one.
I was never.
Yeah, you do.
What a great song.
It was. So, yeah, so we're gonna basically try to open up old scars for anybody.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is gonna hurt. Okay.
Well, what did you? I'm trying to think because you were talking earlier about something.
Mhm.
I forgot.
That's okay.
It is what it
Listen,
is, you know.
scars. Listen, scars heal. It's okay.
You
We
said
don't
you're
have to remember all of
24,
our scars.
Yes, 24.
and you went to. Are you in college? Did you go to college?
Attempted to go to college and then backed out of it.
What happened?
Just financial reasons.
Okay. Did you do
couldn't,
anything crazy while you were there?
No.
Oh,
I think I
you're
was
no
only in
fun.
college. I think I was only in college for like a month, and I said, "Nah, I don't really need this debt. I gotta
A
go."
month.
Ah.
So wait a minute, because in my knowledge of attending college and paying for college, you pay ahead of time. So
At least for
did
a
you?
semester.
So did you like you got in there, and then you paid for it? But you might have. I don't know. Did you take out a loan by chance?
Yes. Took out a small.
Okay. Okay. See, I was fortunate. My parents had this thing called the frickin' it was like I forgot what it's called, pact or something. Something they could put money into early in Alabama, and it accrued interest over time.
Huh.
By the time
Yeah.
you're in college, it was allowed. It like could pay you to go into college.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of what it's called either because I think
See, we had
it's kinda
that
similar
too, but I also had 2 other siblings, and we all went to really big schools.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up going through that real quick.
I've only got one.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I've only got one other sibling, and he never went to college for anything. But he took a different route. He went military. So
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
So then, like, if money were not an object, I'm trying to figure out. Did you want to stay in college, or did you want to go?
Originally, I wanted to go
Mm.
because and throughout high school, I was always asked, "What am I going to do? Like, what's your plan for the future? Everything." We all get asked that question,
Mm-hmm.
and I could never give a straight answer because I never knew what I wanted to do. So
Okay.
eventually, after opening up the store that I run, where I sell trading cards and stuff like that, I thought, well, this just feels like something that I want to do. I want to do this. This is what I want. So
Okay.
I want to make this little website. I want to make it an actual store. I want to do all this, but I need to learn more about the business aspect. So I went to college for business management.
Okay. That's what you were
And-
going to go for.
Yes.
Okay.
And this was about, I think I went in the fall of 2018. So just recently,
Oh
too.
my god, my heart. Sorry, keep going.
I tried going and went to one of the community colleges just nearby and
Yeah.
realized, I mean, I got other things I really need to kind of pay off first before I can... I mean, I'm still paying off this college thing, yes, but I got more that I need to pay for as well that kind of have more priority toward this.
Okay.
For reasons that I can't really explain, I unfortunately can't move out of my apartment because they... Housing and Urban Development was basically saying some stuff about apparently I was being falsified about my income because it's low-income apartments,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is odd because I never once lied about it. So they're basically were trying to get more money out of me and just a long battle.
That sounds like a terrible apartment.
Yeah.
Well,
There are a lot of those.
oh yeah.
yeah.
The reason why I got into that situation was because the former landlord was awful. She claimed she would be here twice a week, do just help out, and she was never here. She would always
Okay.
make excuses, all this stuff, and eventually I think she had to be removed from these apartments, from managing them, because she was found to be embezzling people's rent money.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a fun person.
That's a delight.
Oh yeah. So, and she ran a realty company over in a different town somewhere. I think, just a few towns over. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think she runs it anymore.
So you still
Probably
run that
not.
shop?
Yep, I still do to this day. So I've been running it since the October of what's it been? October of 2017, I think.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's
Are you,
cool that
uh,
you kind of like already had an idea of like what you wanted to see yourself doing, and like the fact that it didn't include what you had originally planned in mind, and you kind of already saw that and like dumped out.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I opened this store, well, because I sell through a website called tcgplayer.com.
Yeah.
My brother and I would always take cards, and we'd go up to this kind of hobby shop, which is kind of a big tournament place in one of the larger towns here in Nebraska. And we would sell them. Well, what they would do is, if you sell them a card, they would give you, because you want the most you can get out of the card. So they would give you, okay, so say you have a $20 card. They would give you like $8 out of it.
Nice.
And when my brother took an entire folder of all these cards, he had saved up everything, handed them the folder, and he said, look through this, figure out what is to be sold. And they said, we'll buy this entire folder, which had a whole bunch of things. Really rare, expensive cards. We'll buy this whole folder for $2.
Oh, that seems... Did they even open it?
Well, yeah, they opened it, looked through it, and basically said, oh, yeah, we'll just take this whole folder for $2.
Yikes. What
That's a big yikes.
What do you say? What did y'all respond with?
He said no, and we basically left. I don't think we've been back since.
What's this place called?
Actually, I think the place shut down, and... No, the worker that, basically was helping us was a former manager. He wasn't there anymore. It's a place called Hobbytown.
Okay, you
It's
think
a nice
they're still
place.
like that?
No. I don't think so anymore. I think I have a couple friends that go up there and say that they actually give a lot better deals, and they actually take the time to look.
Well, that's good
I
to
think
hear.
that one worker was just kind of one of the lazier ones.
Or just wanted to quit it,
I'll give you
leave his
$2.
job, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And,
Lowballing.
oh yeah.
Real bad.
We had opened up, with the cards he had in his folder and the cards that I had, we opened up basically the store page, and it was under a different name at the time, but we had opened it under kind of a name that we had both agreed on,
Okay.
which was, I think, why am I now drawing a blank on it? If I remember it, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
So, your shop is TCG Player.
No, TCG Player is the website that I use to sell through, because he's no longer part of
Okay.
it.
Oh, it's kind of like an Etsy thing of like,
Yeah.
maybe like a third party.
Yeah, it's it's a third party. So they take, whenever I make a sale, they take their fee, but the rest of it comes to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So
And you run a shop. Is the shop strictly online?
yes, for right now it is,
Okay.
and it's
So you must have a bevy of cards then to run a shop.
Yeah, really. That's like a.
There's originally when you start out, and I'll explain. When you originally start out, and I think they've changed it since, they have a leveling system, and level 4 is the highest, where you can have as many things up as you want, and you can have as many as you want. The price, like, of the total cards in general, you can have up to as much as you want. Anything. The sky is the limit.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you start off at level 1, at least when we started, it was you can only have 10 items up on the store, up on your page. And with that, you can basically only have, like, those items. One item cannot exceed a total of $100.
It's odd. They won't let you sell anything too expensive early.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, you can have things, you just can't have anything that's worth over 100, but you can have, like, multiple, like, up to 10 things that are worth 100.
Like
Yeah,
totally,
but if you're sitting on a $1,000 card solo, you can't sell that quite yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not until, at least until you hit, I think, level 3 was when you could start selling up, like, that higher.
That's interesting. I wonder what their reasoning is for that.
I think they changed it. I think after a while they changed it, and now I think you can have up to, I think when you first start off, you can have up to, like, 50 things.
I think it's also just like a credibility issue of like if you only have a certain couple things on there and with,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
they don't want any scammers on
Yeah,
there.
if you get on there and you just start dropping $1,000 cards and you're a brand new account.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like that's
Can I
kind of
trust you?
shady.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Good point. I didn't think about that.
Level 2, I
Yeah.
think, was you can have up to 50 items, and then I think you only have up, like, your total, like, one item can't exceed, I think, 500.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the hilarious jump that I still think is great today. Is it went from 10 to 50. Now you can have up to like you can hold up to 50,000 items on your store page.
Oh,
What a jump, you know?
Wow.
Oh my
So wait,
God.
there's 5 levels you said.
4 levels.
4 levels, and that's level
4
3.
levels.
And that's level 3. Level 4 is unlimited. You can just put whatever
Well,
you want. Doesn't matter.
I mean, 50. Well, you know, I say that's pretty crazy, but I mean, if you're a true, honest to goodness card collector and seller,
Yeah. It makes
you
sense.
have full collections. I mean, let's say you're doing like the NFL every year, or MLB for goodness sakes, and every team has like every year in total, there's like 400 NBA players every year, and there's new
That's
cards every year. So if you do every sport, hockey, football, baseball, and that's not even including Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic
Right.
the Gathering, it can get pretty gnarly. It just seems a little ridiculous to keep up with 50,000 plus SKUs like of a single card.
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah.
I feel like there needs to be like a completely erasing system. I'm like, I don't even want this registered. I don't want to look at this. Like, there needs to be a way to manage all of these
There needs to be a
things
way to
I've
just
sold.
delete.
Payment history pages look ridiculous.
Right.
The spreadsheet's got to be in order.
Oh, I have like a bunch of spreadsheets. It's okay.
I imagine you do.
Oh yeah.
But when you hit level 4, you can have as many as you want. Now, I think within the first 2 weeks of my brother and I being open, we hit level 2. And then within the first month, we hit level 3. And I think within the first... I don't even think we hit 6 months before we hit level 4. So
Okay,
we hit
Okay.
the max level fast.
So it's sort of like speedy.
Yeah, like really quick, depending on how like much business you get. And we were getting quite a lot.
So this is your job?
It's not my main job. It's something I want to turn into my main
computer
job.
died.
Okay.
It's my main job. I work in.
The way you were talking about it, I was like, dang, you already have like this thing settled down. That's amazing.
Oh, I wish. Oh, I so wish. I want to.
I went dead for a second. Apologize.
No, you're all right.
The computer went bonkers.
Oh no.
But it came to a point that one day I was just sitting at a job I had where I was kind of a clerk in this nice little quiet cafe, and I was going over all of like everything I would put into the store and everything, and my brother hadn't really put much into it because I understood his financial situation got tough at times.
Mm-hmm.
So I called him up and I said, hey, I want to make you a proposition. I will pay you everything that, like, because our theory was if an order made a sale and after the website took its commission fee, or its whatever you would call that kind of fee, I think a commission fee, whatever the amount left, half of it would go to him, half of it would go to me. Because we ran it 50-50.
Yeah.
And...
Even though you put more in.
Yeah, I was the one putting everything in. Like, I tore apart extremely, like, 4 extremely good decks that I had built. I think 2 of them were Magic. Like, 3 of them were Magic. 1 of them was Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I tore apart those 4 decks just to put those expensive pieces up on the store, and they sold.
Oh wow.
Does that knowledge add to the growing resentment you hold towards your brother that you've had since your childhood?
No.
Oh.
There's a lot of different. There's a lot of different.
Put that on you. The whole digging
Dang,
deep thing.
I didn't know we were getting this deep.
I was looking for a place
an
to
opening.
I was looking for an opening to put the crowbar, and that's what I shot for. I may have missed, but I can.
There's a shot there.
The shot was made. No, my brother and I, we get along. If you would have asked me that about 5 years ago, I probably would have told you no, but we get along.
Well, truthfully though, you mean however you feel about it, you did end up putting like a butt ton of work in, at least in this scenario, that he didn't, and he still made 50-50 off a card. He didn't put any work in.
Exactly, and when I explained all of that to him, he agreed. I paid him, basically, I think it was, because I would hold on to
he didn't get 50-50.
Well, I held on to his half. He basically came to the agreement that, because some orders like, you get
nothing.
Well, he did get his money.
Oh.
If there's anything that I am, it's a man of my word.
Dang.
Okay.
And I don't remember how much it was that I owed him. Because I would hold on to the money for him. So that
Sweet
way,
gig for him. He just gets to do it. He just got to do whatever he wants
Yeah, he just
and
does it and then
collect a
comes back for the
paycheck.
money.
yeah. But now he doesn't get that anymore because I basically
It's like a tax collector.
the agreement was
Mhm.
I'll pay him what he is. I'll pay him what I owe him, because he did end up putting a few things into the store after a while, but not a lot.
Mhm. Not enough.
Not as much as I did, and I still have stuff I need to put up. I'll have to, like, I'll put the pictures in our Discord chat for this so you guys can actually see how crazy it is.
Yeah.
I've got folders. It's out in my living room on my table right now because I'm still trying to sort through it. Or at least do a little bit more in-depth sorting.
Mm-hmm.
Back between 2014 and I think 2016, I was really huge into Magic. Not saying that I'm not now, but I've kind of fallen out of it a little bit. That box that I have out there has about 5,000 plus cards in it.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
And it's a box that can hold 5,000 cards. And I have to sort through all of that, do the in-depth sorting that I always do, which is a pain, and then try to put all of that onto the store.
Well, that's a lot of effort. And if that is the only thing you're doing as a job, then it makes sense.
Unfortunately, it's not the only thing I'm doing as a job. It's just something that helps kind of bring a little bit more money in. And all the money
Gotcha.
I make from the store goes back into the store.
So what would you gather? Not asking you to break out spreadsheets, but if you were to estimate like what your your net profit on it is, what do you think it would be? Like if you sell a card for $5, how much of that $5 do you keep?
I think it's like personally, or do I put back into the store?
That you don't put, like, that ultimately doesn't
Like, that
get
stays
put
with
back
you.
in the store.
Yeah.
That stays with me?
with you.
Nothing.
Yeah, it stays with you.
Nothing. What the fudge? You're
Oh,
not
so you're,
making
like, breaking
money.
even?
The thing is that what I put back into the store goes to buying basically the packaging and what pays for the shipping and what, gets me some deals into getting like booster boxes, which is a box with 24 packs in it.
Yeah.
So that way
So
I
it's
can
like a trade.
kind of.
Like you're giving somebody something, and they might be paying you, and you use that money to ship them the card. But do you get are you getting like these booster packs or what have you in return?
Well, so the way I kind of got a little lost here on that explanation. What it is I don't keep the money for myself because originally what I did, and I was getting some good payments, I would just use the money to do whatever. And then
Okay.
the stuff that was going into the store was stuff out of my own pocket.
Yeah, stuff that you just had.
Yeah, so I'd have a paycheck and, oh, well, I got this payment coming in from the shop. Well, okay, that payment's going to be used for this, and my paycheck's going to be used to basically buying more stuff for the store. The problem is, running this store is a gamble. Much like anything is nowadays, it's a risk reward system.
Risk reward, like what would be the risk and
So-
what would be the reward?
Most average booster boxes in a store, like Hobbytown, go for about $107. That's with tax.
Wow.
I usually buy them off Amazon or off TCG Player because a lot of people sell them for better deals. So this is two very perfect examples. Back in February last year, I got a booster box for a Yu-Gi-Oh set. And I would always call Ian up because Ian's kind of my fence down in Texas.
Okay.
And he and another one of our friends sends me stuff. I sell it for them, which I'll explain. I'll explain how that works here in just a second. I need to stop going off different tangents here for a second. Hold on. So I call him, and he basically pulls up a list of all the cards in that set and what's the most expensive. So he organizes, it's all organized like from the most expensive down to what's basically worth nothing.
Okay.
So this box, I open it up, 24 booster packs, I think 10 cards per pack. Open up the first pack, and all he hears on the end of the phone is I just went quiet and walked away. Come back, and I said, nothing else in this box matters now. Nothing, like the rest of this box is all basically just money. He said, why? In that set, there was the most expensive card was worth $100. I put $68. I basically paid $68 for that box.
That's true.
The first pack was holding the $100 card.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
So luck was in my favor on that side.
I get what you're doing now. You're
Right.
taking the money that you get from selling these cards and the cards you had, your initial sort of
Yeah, the
profit
initial
you made from the cards you already had, and you're taking that money and buying more booster packs to hopefully have good cards in them to sell those individual cards. And then once you do get those cards, if you get good ones to resell, you take that money and buy more booster packs.
Exactly.
Got it.
My
And the
goodness.
risk is inherently that your booster pack might have not resellable.
Might not have. Yes. Well, no matter what, like anything in the pack, even if it's not worth anything, I still put it up to sell it because you never know. Some people might buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless, I might I could buy one single pack worth, I think with tax is like a little over $4.
Uh-huh.
So my goal is when I buy a pack, I gotta see if in that pack if I can either if I'm just like $1 shy of basically what I put into it, I see it's a loss, but I don't see it as a complete and total fail. It's like, okay, I'm $1 shy, that's okay. But I try to basically either break even or make a profit off of that pack.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So that sounds like a nice side hustle sort of thing that you do.
And
What do you do now?
The other part about the wait, what's that?
I was just asking, what was your main money maker?
Oh, my main job is I think I touched back on it in August. I think when we started the podcast. I used to work in this hotel kitchen and everything. I went back to doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Doing that.
I went back to doing that job, and I'm trying to find a different, better paying job. So
Gotcha.
The work I'm putting into it isn't the money I'm making isn't a lot. So
Or you become a prolific card seller.
That's what I'm trying to
do.
That's what I'm trying to do. The store, after opening the store, it was the realization that this is what I want. This is what I want to do. I want to do this and this alone. But I don't. I think I actually even have it written up. Somewhere. Yeah. So I look at the store and I get the sales report off of the store and everything. Not taking into consideration basically everything I put into it, but this is basically off of the store. This is how much money the store made. And for 2019, without taking out like everything that, fees, if an order had to be refunded or not, everything, the store made close to $1,500 last year alone.
Wow, nice.
That's just before like taking out all the fees and everything. With taking them out, about almost $1,200.
Well, you just need to 50 times that, and then you got a career right there, man.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Ready to go.
The thing is, I've talking to Ian about it was I want to I'm aiming for a higher goal this year. I want basically the amount of net sales that I make, basically after taking out all the fees and everything. I want that this year to be at least 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So if
that's like 2 times the amount you made before. So
yeah, if I made 1,200 last year, I'm gonna try to go for 3 this year. I might not succeed.
That's a good goal.
I might not succeed, but I'm gonna try. The other risk reward thing, and this is the one that, this one hurt the most, was I got a box off of Amazon for I think $68, and I think it was 68. I can't fully remember. Opened up the box, and after basically running the numbers and everything of every single card in there, I took it. There was a huge loss. Like, this was the loss that made me I've spent 68 on the box. Every card in there totaled out to be about $17.
Oh, that's not too hot.
No, that's the one that hurt. That's the one that really, really sucked. Also, Gus, I just realized your comment about the expensive card. I think it was Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, I think, was the card. I think I still have a picture of it because I had to document that moment. Yeah, that's what it was. I still remember that. And I think all Ian heard after I said nothing else mattered was just me cackling like a madman. Because if there's anything Ian knows is that I like basically I mean, like I said, Ian and I have known each other 8 years. Ian was basically the first person that I did. If you go back onto my channel and everything, and you look at like older videos, I think the first Let's Play we ever did was over Final Fantasy 1. Actually, it was. That Let's Play was basically Ian and I just starting out our friendship.
Oh.
Why Final Fantasy 1?
It was easy.
PlayStation or Nintendo?
Yeah, it was the Game Boy Advance one.
What the heck? Wait, did you
Emulator.
Was it an emulator? Yeah, emulator.
Yeah, emulator.
I was wondering how you did that.
Yep, emulator. We did it over emulator. That's mostly what a lot of my Let's Plays are, is just a lot of emulator games. But it was after that, we did that entire Let's Play, I think, in the span of a week.
That's a long game.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
This is back in 2012.
2012. So you were. It was like 8 years ago, almost. Probably closer to 7. Just turned 2020.
Yeah, about 8 years ago.
Oh, okay, so you're still in high school at that point.
Yeah, I was a sophomore.
Gotcha. So you had time. Yeah, that was just pretty much your every afternoon and evening.
Yeah, it was that. Well, we did it during the summer, so it was during my summer break.
Oh, dang! You just freaking living on the computer all dang day.
Pretty much, yeah. Started on July 3rd, 2012. Finished it on July 7th.
Oh my gosh.
Did Ian play, or did he just kind of watch?
He was kind of my walkthrough. Ian, for a lot of my videos, is my walkthrough. So if I don't know where I'm going, he points me in the right direction, or at least attempts to, and then gets mad at me for not listening to him.
That's what I need. Doing these freaking games, someone just to try to call it to the chat to help me out with things because I'm blind as a bat.
Well, hey, you have me. I'm good at games. Depends. Wait, what's the game?
I don't know. You already have a guy helping you walk through, so I don't know if I trust.
I can be a walkthrough.
Oh, listen, I am a living walkthrough.
You've got Cami and I. We'll do this. We'll make it a live stream. Just Cami and I helping you play a game. Which one of us is telling the truth for the way you're going?
If you want me to do it, I'm gonna be evil when I do it. I'm gonna be like, what? What are you doing?
Shit.
Where are you going?
You're trying to take over my job, Cami. I was gonna be the one to lead him askew.
No,
I wasn't gonna lead him askew. I was just gonna be like, where are you going?
Where are you going?
So, okay.
I was actually half tempted, and funny enough, Caleb, the last time you streamed, I think it was Smash.
Yes.
The same day, like I think an hour before we did that, I was debating buying Super Smash Bros. In Walmart.
Did you get it?
No, I unfortunately was doing kind of a coin toss to see what what games I wanted to get, and unfortunately, what won was Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
not saying that Breath of the
Wild is a great game.
I was gonna say, not saying that it's a bad game. I've been having fun, and unfortunately, I've blown myself up a good number of times.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Also, have learned very valuable lessons. Don't wear anything metal in a lightning storm. Got it.
Don't wear anything made of lightning. Okay.
Well, I mean, you can, but
it would just be very painful.
A little bit.
That game's good, but I can't quite understand why it's done so well.
I think it's because it's so different from the genre that it is coming from.
Right.
Is it though?
Well, if you think back to like
from the genre it came from,
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
like
it was a baby time story game, and it was like, here's how you shoot, here's how you swing the sword, and every single game was like that. Every time you started, it was here's how you swing the sword. Now go save the princess. And this game for the first time was like, go, and you're like, go do what? And it's like exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
that was the point. You didn't know, like it was new to everybody, including the people who were familiar with the game
and
or with the story of the game.
Yeah, and I think that was the reason why I kind of strayed away from it for like the longest time, because I mean, just recently I got a Switch, the Switch Lite.
I still haven't gotten mine.
But I strayed away from it because I grew up playing the older Zelda games, the top-down 8-bit. I played the hell out of the older ones. Then it comes to
older ones.
Oh yeah, I grew up with those. I grew up with the
Oh.
original Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, like Oracle of Ages, Seasons. I grew up with those,
Dang.
which is odd considering the fact it's just like, well, you're only 24. I had the good game systems. I still have a working NES system somewhere.
It's somewhere in the attic, or
Oh my
I think
gosh.
it's actually at my parents' place. I think we even still have a working SNES too. No, I did not have the OG gold cartridge, guys. I wish I did.
that one's not too. You're talking about the Legend of Zelda Gold cartridge. I've seen
Yeah.
them around. They're not the most expensive thing. I think there are a good fair amount of them, so
I think
It's,
so
uh,
now, yeah.
it's relatively well priced.
I think what was
Excuse me.
no, you're
You're all
right.
good.
I think because I've always been a huge Zelda fan. Always have been. Have honest like. I've always. It's basically the games, the series that basically got me into gaming. That aside from Pokemon. Because I also grew up playing the older Pokemon games, and I still have a working copy of Pokemon Yellow.
I love Pokemon Yellow.
That and a working Game Boy Color.
Oh my gosh.
I'm interested to see how much one of those can go for. Not
All
to
these,
buy one, but to sell one.
I don't know.
But I don't think I could ever sell it. I still have a working GameCube, and I refuse to sell that thing.
Dude, the GameCube is the best.
Yes.
That was my game system. That was my bread and butter was the GameCube.
Oh yeah, the GameCube was awesome.
Super
Oh,
Smash
Nintendo
Bros. Melee.
systems, they don't break.
No.
They just
They
last
don't.
forever.
They live forever.
They were so well made, just constantly. Cartridges last a while. I think it's just the advent of other easily breakable stuff that I think technology's gotten more breakable, because cartridges, they don't. Those things are around.
No, yeah. Oh yeah.
Those things are quite around.
I was surprised at how small the Switch games were. I thought the DS and like PS Vita games were small. Switch games, oh, those are tiny too.
I felt a little ridiculous when I was thinking about when they were announced that Switch was going to have cartridges and whatnot. And I was like, what cartridges? How is it? How do they expect, whenever the Nintendo 64 had a cartridge and it could barely hold data? How do they expect a tiny little card? And then I realized, oh wait, Caleb, it's like an SD card. And SD cards hold like some hold upwards of 120 gigabytes, and that's
Yeah, so it's like, oh.
that's
never-
Red Dead Redemption 2. So like we're fine.
So
Like,
say
it's not a problem.
we're talking about the Switch and everything, and I forgot I need to plug mine in.
It's even more.
Oh,
it's
no.
like, and even some games, what's weirder too is it's like they'll have you, and I don't know, maybe they're cutting corners or something, because I bought NBA 2K for the Switch, and it had a cartridge in it, but also said you're going to need to download this game as well, or you're going to need to download as well to get the full game. And I had to download like 20 gigs
Oh
on
my
top of the
gosh.
cartridge thing, and I'm like, why don't you just make the cartridge capable of holding the entire game? I bought the game on my PS4. I know how many gigs it is. It's like 60. Like that's not a crazy expensive SD card. Just put that all on the cartridge instead of making me sit here and download it. And there's only so much space I have on my Switch, even when you add an SD card. So that's precious space to be taken up by just one game, especially when they can just put it all on a cartridge. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure what their thinking is.
Which reminds me, Caleb, I will have to add you on Switch after this.
Yeah, I posted it on. I do have my what you call it on. I do. Oh, what is it?
Creator.
Yeah, I posted it on Twitter, and it's on the tab, and it's not too terribly far away.
Well, I'll definitely have to. I'll have to find that.
Posted those things.
There's so many things. Also, I didn't happen to get a chance to say it yesterday because I wasn't on your stream for very long. But also, I haven't seen anything for Ruby Volume 7 yet, but awesome to see that you were there,
The
Caleb.
song was so good.
It's cool. It is a really
gosh,
good
It was
song.
so cool. As soon as I don't want to spoil anything, but
This-
like as soon as the song started, I'll say. As soon as the song started, I was sitting there and I was like, yeah, I know who that is. I know who that is.
Let's say I haven't seen anything for Volume 7 yet, and I want to. I just need have a lot of time to sit and watch it.
Well, I need to brush up on my Ruby knowledge, because I've only really known the music, and I watched the first 2 episodes of the entire series, so my knowledge on Ruby is actually
Oh,
limited.
see, I am up to date. I'm ready, and I'm sitting there like vibrating. I'm like, ah.
Well, and that's what Jeff told me when I was talking with him about it, was that the song, and you already heard this if you were
Yep.
on the stream last night, Cami. It's just that he told me what I needed to know, and that
Mhm.
was it. Beyond its implications, I don't think
Oh.
he was gonna belabor or
Yeah,
hit me
it's
with all the
laborious
info.
trying to get to like how it all plays into everything, but it's when you follow it and realize what's happening, it's like, oh no,
Oh no.
oh
Well, it's a great
dear.
song, and what's funny too is he hasn't even finished the song. Like he's not even.
Oh, it's like
We
a
don't.
partial.
As he told me, and I don't know, we're fine. He told me that he writes songs like for the show, like for what the show needs when it needs it. The
Mhm.
full songs sometimes come very quickly, and other times they come to fruition after the whole thing is done. So like Red Like Roses was just a 45-second riff that he wrote for the show,
Huh.
Yeah.
and then it became an 8.5 minute magnum opus. It wasn't intentionally ever meant to be that.
Wow.
He just wrote the little piece that was needed for the show at the time, and so
That makes sense, though.
this new song that I sang on was a verse, a chorus, and a verse, and anything outside of that he has not written. So the song and he told me that This Life Is Mine, or maybe it will be the. Anyway, one of those two songs completely changed after he wrote the episode, or wrote the song for the episode that it was on.
Oh.
So there's a chance that this song that comes out might sound pretty different when we get a final version for the song. But I'm in a holding pattern until they hit me back up and tell me what I'm needed for.
Yeah.
But it was really dope. It was super, super cool. And I just hope I hope more people see it and know that I'm willing to do that sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so too.
That's the first time I've ever had an opportunity like that come forth, and I'm very like, I definitely would like to sing on shows. That is something I'm all down for and prepared for and have a space for, and get you good recordings. And now hopefully with this Ruby thing, it can sort of open some other doors. But that'll be in time. I'm of the philosophy of like, you do it, you record it, and then you forget it.
That actually,
like I'm not gonna sit and dwell on it and be like, all right, where are the emails? Where's the phone calls?
Bring me my contracts.
Yes. Yeah. Right. No.
I like them to be triple digit and finished within the.
So I'm doing plenty of stuff anyway. So it's almost like I don't have time.
Yeah, you got like a pretty full plate.
Yeah, and if I just don't give myself, time to sit and wonder about it, then I'm not. It's done, and then it was cool. Like I'd forgotten that it was coming out Saturday, so whenever my mentions started popping up with Ruby, I was like, oh, it's out today. Oh, dang. And that's funny because it's coming out. It's coming out for the live? It's not even to the public yet.
It's not even to the public. Yeah.
So this is just the first sort of reaction.
Yep.
So who knows how much might be the same. It might be larger. We'll see.
Well, I'll definitely have to watch Volume 7 to keep up with that. That also, you talking about that, Caleb, just reminded me of something I was going to ask you. Because I already asked I asked Cami about it.
Yeah.
And I think... I think I asked you, last week, Cami, I think? Maybe it might have been 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I think...
It might have been. Yep. How did I don't know how I did that. Okay, what's going on here? What? What the hell's going on here? Hold on. Experiencing technical difficulties. Hold on. Let me rejoin the call. Not sure what's going on there. Can I join? I don't know what's going on here, guys. Hold on a sec. Hey, give me just a sec. Hold on. I don't know what, I'm not entirely sure what happened right there. For some reason, it was saying that my phone was trying to connect to Discord via a call, but I wasn't. Give me just a sec. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this fired back up real fast. I really don't know what just happened right there.
Dang.
I'm wondering where you went.
God. Okay. I don't know what the hell just happened.
I was watching on the.
Everyone has been pressing F.
I see that. Like for some reason, like I hit Discord to like look back at our chat, Cami, and it apparently like was trying to say that I was trying to call you.
Yeah. I was like, why are you trying to call me right now? What's happening? Is this supposed to be private?
No, I don't know what. No, it's my phone's still saying there's an ongoing call, yeah, for this, but I don't know why it was trying to tell me I was trying to call you.
I don't know
what. That was weird. Okay. Moving on from where I was. Okay. So I asked Cami. I think she knows what I'm talking about with this. Let's try this again. I don't know why I'm suddenly so nervous to ask now.
I'm looking at a thread currently of just pictures of bread. So you're good. I'm in a good place right now.
That sounds amazing.
I want some bread. My chair almost just fell out from underneath me.
Everything's going wrong over there for you.
It really is. Like,
apparently. Okay, so I guess it was the beginning of this month is when I asked. Okay, so here we are.
I want carbs.
So I asked Cami about it, and basically, Caleb, I want to offer my assistance if you need another vocal.
How bold?
Nothing incredibly high pitched, because I can't reach that high.
I mean, look, if I need you for vocals, you gotta be ready for whatever it is, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Then.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I don't know.
You gotta be able to hit that note, man.
You know, I'm in. I sing that.
Thunderbolt and lightning.
Did you get it?
I mean, you don't want high stuff, but I might want high stuff from you.
All right.
So you gotta make a choice.
You gotta be able to accept. What
Are you gonna just say no and turn down the opportunity, or are you gonna buck up and sing some high notes? Like,
gonna have to sing.
Those are your choices.
I'm gonna have to sing some high notes. I'm gonna have to learn how to. I'm gonna learn how to hit high. I used to be able to hit high too, and now I can't. Well, you're gonna try now. I'll have somebody kick me, hit me in the high area.
There you go.
You know, when it comes to collaborative works, I tend to I tend to collaborate more with artists and like people who can make not art themselves, not just art, but like make a video with the art. Or they, like when I work with John and he has camera equipment and things like that.
Right.
So my actual, like how much I've done, if I look back on of just straight vocal collaborations, I think I can count on like maybe one hand how many times I've done like, hey, I got an instrumental and I want you to sing on it, and that's it. Like it's not a common thing that I've done before, and it's not even that I'm not necessarily like against it. It's not some philosophy that I hold. I think it's just half the time I'm thinking about, well, I want to get this done now. I'll just sing both parts, or I'll just sing all of it.
Right.
I don't ever think to ask outside of it, but often. I mean, heck, I I don't know, Cami, if I remember correctly how This Is Me went down, but I think I had every intention to
Me,
just sing that on my own.
You really did. What
And-
ended up happening was that on your Patreon, you had uploaded a work in progress.
Yeah.
Low key, I was sitting there and I was like, why is there no chorus?
Yep.
There's no chorus. There must be a chorus. So I did it just because I wanted to do it. And I posted it up and I was like, there, I feel better. And then you messaged me like 2 weeks later. It was like, hey, can you send me those files?
Yeah.
I was like,
And I don't think I had a plan for a video either at that
Nope.
point. I think it was just literally I got the song. No, I did record myself singing that.
Oh.
There is footage of me actually singing me. But I think once you sang over it, and then I looked at your channel and saw the things you did, and I was like, I wonder if she'd be down to not just guest on it, but potentially make art for it. So, because it didn't make sense to me at that point to have a guest vocalist and have them not be featured on camera or be featured in some way and
No,
me
that
just
makes
stand
sense.
there. And then when I noticed your channel had you predominantly having art present, that was like, okay, that's the medium through which she normally represents herself.
Yep.
So let's just do that. Like that's not. Oh, pardon me.
Bless you.
Times two.
Yes.
I sneeze in 2s and 3s. So that was uncommon. I had no intention of bringing anyone on to that one, but I was presented with like an unexpected surprise, unexpected like, oh, this sounds really
Aw.
good. This sounds. Why did I think of this? So it was great. So yeah, it is uncommon for me to do, but to like if to the question of if I need a vocals from people like of that kind, it's usually got to be something like what I just explained. Like it's almost like, oh, I have this idea. You were doing this. Here's what I was thinking, and then someone presents me with it, like completed or partially formed, and then I can see their vision rather than try to make it up in my mind or try to piece together what they're thinking. If I get an audio file of an idea or a video, that's the best, because then I just got to watch it or hear it and then see what they're thinking, and then I can really understand what their thinking is.
Yeah.
But I don't often go out of my way to find strictly vocalists, and that's for anybody. It's not. I mean, heck, I did the freaking Doki Doki.
The Doki Doki thing was fun.
So I didn't go and I mean that's the perfect song to go and find people, and I did. I was like, I'll just do the whole thing.
I'm just do the whole thing.
I'm right here right
that's
now.
like sometimes the best way to do it. If you're really excited about something and you're like, I really want to get this out, you just go, okay, boom.
Yeah, I put it out, and I didn't want to have to wait on anybody. Right now,
Yeah.
doing Steven Universe Happily Ever After, and I'm working with people, and literally no shade at them at all, but the nature of everyone's schedules and the jobs that we all have makes it to where delays and patience is necessary. Not a problem, no shade. It's part of it. I am the worst offender in that across the board. Case in point, what Cammy's given me a project on, so or I agreed to. So I have great sympathy for it, but nonetheless, you still have to. I prefer to not have to implement it if I don't have to. But Happily Ever After was just like, I am not about to do the song in all 4 parts when all the characters are represented very well, and I know people who can sing on this and would want to. So, and they've all done Steven Universe stuff before, so it was. So yeah, but it's coming together. We're done. We got everyone's parts in, and it sounds super freaking dope. But yeah, it's uncommon for me to.
Yeah.
It's not a commonality for me.
The biggest reason I actually choose not to do video stuff is because I didn't have a camera when I was like doing all my art.
Oh well, that'll do it.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't have a good enough camera, and I also like was not confident enough to like put my face out there.
Mm-hmm.
With my whole family, like my family was a group of people of like, never put your face on social media. Why ever? Like, okay, I won't. But now it's like totally acceptable to do it. So
it's like do it now.
Because I have this like instinctual reaction to be like, I don't want to put it out there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, everyone else is like, woo, let's do it. So I have to get myself used to it again, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to put your. Yeah, there's no You know, a lot of
Yeah,
people
but it's
ask
so
me that
easy to just
sometimes.
record yourself doing it and put it up there.
Oh gosh, I
Like,
will tell you.
when I have
It's
to do
so
my
nice.
art, like that's the thing. I have to like try and find inspiration to get art out there. And that's like one of the hardest things that I have to do for my channel respectively is figure out how I want it to look. If I'm going to do a bigger video or if it's just going to be a thumbnail, like, or if it's just going to be one picture, how I want it to move, if I want it to move, if I'm going to put lyrics on it, am I lazy enough to not put lyrics on it and make it still work?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, oh man, all that stuff, those questions, I
Yep.
just look to those questions. I look to far more gifted and skilled and passionate people for those things.
yeah.
They're like, "Hey, are you great at this?" And do you and accept payment?
Yep.
Because I will give this to you to do because I can't do it, and I'm not taking the time to do it. And I don't want to necessarily just outright experiment.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to jump into a new form, I don't want to be the one who's like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. And I'm just going to put it up on the channel and we'll see what happens. And it's like,
Yeah.
complete cluster. I'd rather go with someone who knows what they're doing
Yeah.
and has that opportunity. Well, you mentioned Thunderstar. You were mentioning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to be called Thunder or do you want to be called your name?
Yeah, just call me my name. Works easier.
Okay, Eric. That's easier. Yeah. You mentioned obviously if you're looking for a vocalist, like, do you sing?
Yeah.
Do you sing just for funsies? Do you put it on your channel?
I sing just for fun, but I wouldn't mind, doing stuff to put on the channel.
What's some like music things you've done before?
Or like the genre that you prefer too. Like,
It's a good question.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's a tough question, honestly, because I sing basically any song that just I feel like singing whenever it comes across, whenever I'm just driving to work or driving home or even just walking around. If it comes across and it's like, oh, I'll go ahead and sing it. I'll just sing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the music I listen to is just like a mix of different genres.
Where would you consider your like range? Like if I were to just like medium, low, or high?
I'd say medium.
Medium, kind of go over. I would say it's like a baritone. You can just like hit some bass stuff. You can hit some tenor stuff. Neither here nor there. Would you consider yourself tone deaf?
No.
That's good. If you're tone deaf, usually know it. The people who would be willing to use that phrase are on themselves, and they usually just can't hear how they sound. But they're aware of it. It's not like this, complete ignorance to it. That's still an important question to ask.
Yeah.
It is.
No, I've known people that have actually considered themselves to be tone deaf, and they really want to sing and do stuff for singing, but they've considered themselves tone deaf, and so they've tried.
You also have to.
Oh my gosh.
You have to study a lot.
My cousin, bless him, he's so good at playing the guitar, but like he's almost practically tone deaf, which is really funny.
That's weird too, because they can hear. They can hear the melodies and they hear the correct notes.
Yeah, but it's just like
being able to vocally produce them.
That's so weird.
That's an interesting existence. Like, you know what? I bet they're like, you can hear all the notes and you can hit them, yet you can't.
You're like, I can't play guitar to save my life.
I can't either. It's okay.
Can't produce.
I can't.
So I bet it's just as odd.
I can't play. I don't think I can play any instrument, honestly.
Would you go the route of putting on your channel like you gonna sell out and put like cartoons and anime, or like what would you do?
hey! No!
I shot fired! Myself.
Shot fired!
I incriminate myself in this. I am very much. I'm turning the metaphorical.
Oh gosh, that's a double-edged knife right there.
Ooh.
Yes, it was very
fired right back at it.
It was seppuku through us both.
Oh,
so that was more of a joke. I am thinking of the bread, Abigail. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go back to that thread. Where is it?
Bread
there
thread.
it is.
The bread thread.
Bread.
Oh, this
Hashtag
is so
bread
nice
thread. Hashtag bread thread.
This is very calming to look at. But would you do that, or would you like try to gun for doing original stuff? Like, what would be the game plan if you were to theorize?
Probably original stuff. I'd say original stuff. I mean, or maybe both. Honestly, I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that you can't do original music. I mean, freaking, I think about like, there's a lot of original music on TikTok actually that
There is.
There is.
gets
Oh,
a
yeah.
butt ton of attention because
I
it's
just
clever
so beautiful now.
and
look
presented in a way.
at me.
Yeah, that. They don't
Hey.
even freaking knows on that website that's from like a Bendy
Mhm.
inspired song. But you know, there's other ones too. Like people did this. It's raining, it's pouring, and then like remixed it to be this really freaking already sad song, but even sadder song because it's about a
Oh.
relationship.
Yeah.
So and then there's other original things that are present on there, for at least what Charlie's told me. So it's like a thriving, like original music has a place in
Yeah.
music, like
I've
in
actually
for
seen a couple of
upcoming
people.
artists.
Yeah, a couple of people have actually done cosplays and like done little TikToks of Maw of the King, which is really cool. I'm like,
Oh, that's so dope.
My baby,
It says, my baby!
my baby's actually made it.
Dang, that is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
I have to go. Wait, there's many stuff on TikTok. I'm sold.
Yeah, no,
What's
there's
stuff
a
on
lot of
TikTok?
stuff,
Bendy
on,
stuff.
on TikTok.
Oh, there's so many Bendy stuff. Oh,
There's
golly,
Bendy, there's
a lot.
Has
There's a
Been
lot of
Hotel. There's a
Bendy,
lot of
there's
stuff.
FNAF out the wazoo.
Oh, I know.
Not the last
I Am Bread. That game's not as fun though. It makes me not like bread.
Listen, we want to like bread in this community, not hate it.
Oh, there's a picture
Bread
of
is
naan.
sacred.
There's like there's like an English muffin that's perfectly toasted.
Oh!
Stop
Oh!
it. I haven't had dinner yet.
Neither have I. Send that! We need the perfectly toasted English muffin.
That's what I need.
Oh! Wait, are you gonna post that in the chat or are you gonna post that on
No, y'all don't get it.
Oh! Oh, he's holding out on us!
Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
can't-
I'd rather him hold out because I haven't had food yet, and I really want to.
Abigail, bro, please.
Getting
I'm
really
so
hungry.
hungry.
There you go. I uploaded it anyway. There it
Oh,
is.
you
Ah!
got
Oh! Look at
Oh,
that.
it's
So beautiful.
good bread.
Oh,
Good bread.
that brings a tear to the eye.
Oh,
You're good bread.
It's a good
that's a
bread.
good bread.
Oh, this is where we've devolved to.
That's what I've devolved to. You know, I also realized, Cami, your
What is
image
that?
of more
By
coffee
what?
now.
Do what?
Oh,
Huh?
that was weird.
What?
Huh?
What just
No, I
happened?
just.
Huh?
What just happened?
Huh?
What just happened?
Huh? Huh?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he dead again?
I'm right
No,
here.
He's still there.
I'm
dead.
right here.
No, I can't hear him anymore.
Oh.
He's completely gone.
What?
I can't hear.
He's dead.
I think he's dead. Yep.
I'm
Damn.
right. Damn you.
Yeah, yep,
Oh
yep.
my goch, I can't believe he's dead.
I can't believe
Quit.
it. Can't hear a single
Quit
word he's saying.
Telling people I'm dead.
What a dead man.
Quit telling people I'm dead, Caleb.
Gosh.
I don't
was
know.
commenting. By the way, I can hear you. I was
I
commenting
got that.
on. I was commenting on Cammy's profile picture because it says "Make coffee now" or
Yeah.
"More coffee." I went to
More coffee now.
I went to a coffee festival in San Antonio. And it was like, and there were 31 coffee service people, and that was a fun day because they give you these you buy tickets to try samples of all these different kinds of coffee.
Yeah.
And I learned I don't know, maybe one thing or two things there. I'm gonna see where I'm at. I got 10 tickets to try 10 samples, which is more than enough coffee because at that point, you know, you've had like
That's a lot of caffeine.
probably like 4 cups of coffee in total, you know, because they give you these
Yeah,
little
that's
shot
a.
things. So I was like buzzing by the afternoon, more than I normally would. But I also realized that I want to be a coffee connoisseur,
Ooh.
you know, sort of an
Yeah.
aficionado, the knowledgeable person.
Yeah.
But I'm not because I think my entire palate is ruined by the American experience. So when I go to this place, you know, artisanal and all this other business, and they're like, this is a single grain, whatever the heck, single origin bean, and it's got notes, mind you, gotta use the word notes. It's got notes of grapes, raspberries, and apples, and it's dark and it's like a dark roast. And there's like a bit, and then we got like a taste of honey in there, and it's got a bold body or something like that, like using these phrases. So I'm thinking I'm gonna drink it, and I'm like, oh man, am I gonna like like smelling it. It's like, and I'm drinking it, and I'm thinking, is this going to be this experience? And it just smelled fruity and tasted fruity. That was it.
Oh,
And
no.
it was coffee, and it was bitter.
Oh.
So, and I was like, doing the trying to like get it to aerate
get the
and get the
taste
flavors.
set, yeah.
And I was like, this is like, and they were all like that. So when some of them would be like, we have a
no.
flavor of maple syrup, and this has maple syrup flavors, and what else did it have? Like cinnamon and nutmeg. One of them had tobacco notes, which I was like, I don't know what this is going to taste like.
Huh.
So, but I couldn't. But it was just everything tasted like coffee. First of all, so bitter and coffee, and then it had a body of dirt or fruit.
Oh.
So I don't quite know. Part of me is like, am I either one? I'm so wrought with salt and sugar that I can't come back. It's too late. Or I just abandoned both of those things altogether to get my palate back to normal or get my tongue back to normal. Or two, everyone's just kind of making stuff up. That's one of those two. Like, how note are we talking about? Like an imaginary note, like a false note, or whatever that grace note, where it's like you just think, you're like, oh, it has a note of grape if you just think that it has a note of grape. Or it's like, or did you like take grapes and like crush them into this? How did you do? Did you use grape in the soil when you grew the coffee from Ecuador? Like, I don't know what they're doing, and I feel like either they're all lying to me or I am just not sophisticated enough. I don't know.
Gosh.
So, you're bringing up coffee. This is actually a very interesting story. Before I had left the job that I have now, I work with a lot of people that drink a lot of coffee, and my former supervisor, my boss actually was telling one of my coworkers about this coffee called Death Wish coffee.
Ooh.
It is the strongest coffee, I think, in the world, and it's so strong that they only recommend do like half a cup a day. Never do anything more than like this certain amount, otherwise you're gonna probably die. And so I believe that same coworker went up to our supervisor and said, hey, have you ever heard of Death Wish coffee? And my supervisor just stops what he was doing, turned and looked at him and said, are you threatening me? Because I feel like you're threatening me. And the entire time I'm trying not to like burst out into laughter.
Why are you not one to burst out? My internet died.
He's trying not to burst out into laughter. I'm
trying not to explode. Apparently, I'm already dead.
Being down somebody's throat.
What would you do with coffee? You were literally explaining the story. You were like, I got to tell you the story. So at my job, a lot of people want coffee, and then my internet shut off. So I missed a lot.
Okay, so basically, there's this coffee called Death Wish coffee.
I've heard of Death Wish.
Yeah, you know about
Jules
Death
drinks
Wish.
it all the freaking time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, apparently it's like the strongest damn coffee there is.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And one of my coworkers went up to our former supervisor, asked him if he ever heard of it, and he turned and looked at him and said, are you threatening me? Because I feel like you're threatening me. It's like, oh, no, that's not a threat. I think he actually said something a little different to it, but I think that was what I remember.
That's a promise.
You ever heard of Death Wish? Oh, no, that's what it was. Have you ever heard of Death Wish? He looked at him just straight faced and said, are you fucking threatening me?
Whoa.
Hey now.
Have you ever heard of not I wish upon you a Death Wish? We're talking coffee, not missiles.
Yeah, like
it's a scary prospect. So I don't know. Coffee I love coffee. I do. I went to a coffee shop yesterday because Kara wanted gelato. So we went to this gelato place and they had like artisanal coffee and they offered a and they offered a Chemex pour over, and I have a Chemex. So I was like, am I doing this right? So I ordered the Chemex and I watched him. And of course, I'm doing it wrong. Of course.
No.
I'm not doing it right. And I was like, so what are you doing that's like different? He's like, and he explained it. But I had it, I tasted it, and it tastes like, so he's like, it's a clean cup of coffee. And I was like, I don't know what the frick. Everyone keeps using adjectives to talk about coffee that never represent in the cup of coffee that I'm drinking. You can't just use words like bold and notes and clean and think that I get this. Anyway, but I had the cup of coffee, and I didn't put anything in it initially because I just wanted to see if I could taste the real coffee. And I was like, it was clean. Like, I got it. It was weird. I had a moment. I understood it. The word clean
Like, my God.
made sense. I was like, there's no other way to describe this
now.
than clean. This tastes like a it doesn't taste clean. It felt clean. I don't know. It was like there was a texture
Weird.
thing. Yeah, it sounds so esoteric and stupid. So if you get a Chemex, it's clean. And I saw the top because I also realized a lot of the coffee I was making that I've drank has this film over the top, and that's because that's the oil. But when you do a Chemex, it takes some of that oil away. So I think from a texture perspective, it's like water. It's like so smooth, even though it is water. But you're mixing it with coffee oil, so it's
you're
a
literally
different.
having dirty bean water.
It's a different. Well, isn't that all coffee? But when
I mean,
it's got the
accurate
oil
right there.
on
Yeah.
it, I don't know. I just brought that up. Your profile picture made me think of coffee. So I was.
Well, good. That's my 2020 is just admitting that I don't have to be chipper all the time. That
No, you
I
don't.
don't have to like be super smiley and like ridiculous and I don't know.
No.
Like it's a little reminder to myself when I see it of like, it's okay if you're not in the best mood.
Yeah.
It happens.
I wonder if I.
There's no obligation to
Excuse
be
me.
what other people might like expect you to be, and that's okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Wonder if
Yeah, it's totally fine.
I don't
Notes of nougat, milk chocolate, and peach. Yep. Tastes like coffee without the mind-numbing bitterness. Like, yeah. Notes of nougat, milk chocolate, and peach. You just picked out.
It's
You
going to
picked
have
out
notes
sweet
like
things.
la,
Yeah.
la, 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 la.
It has notes. It has the notes. Do, re, mi, fa,
So, it's coffee.
and that's our coffee.
When I drink this coffee, I better be hearing an orchestra in my head. So.
It's a very, very scary, very scary coffee. Is Kara cooking? Sorry, I smelled food all of a sudden, and
You just-
oh my god.
Ah, you're killing me.
Yeah, I know. I've been looking at the bread too. Still looking at the bread.
I'm still looking at that perfectly toasted
It's-
English muffin over here.
it's
I'm
just
still looking at
been-
that.
It's just been. Yeah, she's cooking. Oh man, we're trying to eat better now. We're home for like a full 5 weeks before we go on our next trip, big trip. So we're trying to make adjustments. Like we're doing personal training twice a week now instead of one. Where she's taken it upon herself to do a bunch of meal prep. She started up school again, but she's like, I'm gonna meal prep. So we're trying to be in better shape eating and better shape exercising. But that also means not snacking in the afternoons on bad food. So I'm working on it. We're gonna see. We'll see how I look.
We'll
after
see how
5
it
weeks.
happens. I just put in the Discord chat on us basically a list of things because I have a list on my bulletin board of things that I need to do this year. Kind
I
of
see
my
here. Host 3 to 6 podcasts. That's fine.
It's kind of my
You already got one
yeah. I got one down.
Yeah,
Woo!
for the year. Dang, you got 2 more and you're done.
I'm trying to get anywhere between that. Honestly, if I get 3, I'm still fine. It's basically I'd say it's my resolution, but it's not. It's just things.
Try
that
to
I wanna
get
try.
Jonathan Young on podcast. Good luck.
I'm
That man, getting that man to come out
It's
of his hovel for anything.
How do you just
I go to him. That's what I. it's not
you
that he comes
enter the
to me.
cave.
Ah.
I
You're
enter
like,
the cave.
hello.
Exactly. Last time I was down there in December, early December, I didn't see him.
Was there snow in the cave?
Outside
He just like
of-
crawled over from the. I want to go inside.
I honestly, I believe John would do that too.
John
But his
is
voice would be like 2 octaves lower than mine.
And also
John's
like more evil.
looking healthy. He's looking healthier. Funny enough, I also think he's.
Yeah, I think
I think he's better.
Yeah,
I think he's better.
I'm excited to see him like doing more stuff. I'm like, yay.
I want him to. Man, oh man, I'm trying so desperately. And be with the people, that support his work and perform because I know he loves performing, but it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
But so getting him to go and do anything outside of what he does is very much his decision, and I would love it if you got Jonathan on the podcast.
I'll tell you what.
Let me know if you get him.
Caleb, if I get John on the podcast, I'm having you come with too.
Yay.
That you don't have to ask me.
Just like
But I'll be surprised if he. I can't even asking him to come out to a convention is about as far as I'm willing to ask him. thing on behalf of anyone, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm overbearing. And I know John well enough, but I think I don't know. I don't like asking people to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That on behalf of somebody else.
Right.
But in particular, I just really want him to. If I want him to think over one thing and one thing only, it's to come to convention. It's the only thing I want him to think about, that I'm willing to ask him, and hopefully change his mind about. Because I think he needs to get. I think so many people would be so happy to see him. I don't have to think. I don't have to say I think. And
I know I would.
He would be.
I know I would.
And he's only gotten better, and he has all this original music.
I know. Oh my god, his original stuff has been so awesome. I've
hear.
been jamming.
Yeah, no, it's like, dude, don't even sing JoJo. Don't even sing like any of it. Just who cares?
Do what you want to do.
Oh, your guys' video for Chase was hilarious.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
Like I saw like the little preview he did for it was pretty funny. When I actually saw the full video and saw you guys just running across the screen, I was dying laughing.
that was I just made that decision while the song was playing. I was doing a take.
Hey, guess what?
Just like, hey, I'm gonna start running.
There's an instrumental break, and I'll just turn to the side and pretend to run. How's John's channel doing? I haven't checked on him in a while.
I don't know.
He put Polaris up yesterday.
I was gonna say, I think he just.
I should probably share that because I'm in it.
Maybe.
So, consider.
That might be important.
Just like that might be, just might be. Yeah, no. Yeah, 3 to 6 podcasts trying to get John, or another one is I want to try to get Game Grumps on here too, but I know that's gonna be a pain.
Ooh, that's what GG means.
That's a goal.
I would argue that's maybe more ambitious than John, actually.
Yeah.
Well, high expectations. You gotta reach for it,
You shoot for the moon and you miss the moon, then you'll still not have any oxygen space. Why'd you do that?
Wow, that's a lot.
Wow! You're not gonna have any action. Damn.
Like, it's more or less like, don't shoot for just shoot at something like on planet Earth, so you can
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot for California here. Let's go.
And breathe, or shoot for Texas because you're mentioning Texas on here.
Yep, trying to go back to seeing Ian and our friend Anthony.
Are they in Texas?
Yeah.
Where are they in Texas?
I don't know why my computer keeps doing that. I think Dallas.
Is it sad when I type in Nebraska, the up as a related search, or a search is Nebraska the state, but Nebraska mark. So whether you want it or not, that's what your state's known for.
Believe me,
Nice.
I'm fully
That's
well
what
aware of what
people
the
want.
state's known for.
I look also first image for Nebraska. When I look up Nebraska,
Now I have to know.
is I'm posting it in the chat.
Oh.
It's just grass.
Yeah, accurate. That's more up north.
There's some grass.
That's
what
more
we're
up
known for,
north.
guys.
I'm in the southeastern corner.
Are they in Dallas?
Yeah, they're I think Dallas or Irving. I think.
Irving. Okay. Well, you would have. I mean, it's about a 5-hour drive from the city. So if you're looking to come from Nebraska, where are you in Nebraska?
Around Lincoln and Omaha.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have a bit of a drive.
Oh yeah, it was like, I think when I went 2 years ago, we left at like 6 in the morning, got down there about 3 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
What?
We didn't stop. We were going.
Okay, well, I guess that's fair because it's that's fair. Well, let me
Just
see
like,
how far it is.
That threw you for a loop for a moment. Just what?
Well, yeah, it's like I'm looking at it right now. Nebraska from where I am is like an 11-hour drive, which I guess that's fair though because it's 6 to 3, and that's over 12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just sorry.
I'm gonna put this picture in the Discord chat. This is the building where I work.
Well, this is gorgeous.
That's where I work.
Dang. What are your discounts on rooms? That's dope.
Discounts on rooms. Oh, what was it? If I give anywhere like a 2-week notice, I think regular rooms are $150. I think if I give
notice.
Well, no, if that's just standard. If I give the 2-week notice, I think it gets bumped down to $70 or $80. But if I do it within like 48 hours of my stay, I think it gets bumped down to 50.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Whoa!
Being an employee has its perks.
Dang.
Wow. So if you book a room like a late room, you
Yeah.
know, day of or something like that, it's only...
Yeah, like also if like since I'm an employee there, if for some reason like the weather gets bad and I can't make my drive home since I live half hour away from work.
Oh yeah.
They
That is so
basically
nice.
Do they let you stay?
Yeah, they basically if we have the
Yeah.
vacancy, they basically will give you a room.
That's
They do
so
a similar
nice.
thing at a hotel that's connected to like where I am. If we, for any reason, have like major weather, you can reserve a room and you can like stay at the hotel.
Like let me see if I can actually pull up some more pictures because
It's especially nice because like it's literally like you walk outside and like you're at work. When my parents visited, instead of like me staying at my room, they were like, "You should just stay in the hotel with us because you have to be at work at like 3 a.m. anyway." And I was like, "You're right." So I just like, stayed with them, and I rolled out of bed at like 2:25. I was like, "All right, I'm off."
I think this is a bit of this is an older picture of our
Oh my god, it's so pretty.